to go skydiving with me on Saturday. I'm super excited to go. It will be so exhilarating and fun to just feel the wind and jump out of an airplane. It's going to be awesome. But where would I jump out of a perfectly good airplane? Well, it's one of the things on my bucket list that I've always wanted to do. And it's one of my dreams to go skydiving. So not all of us want to go skydiving. Not all of us have that on our bucket list. But everyone has some goals and dreams that they want to fulfill. And we have to take that leap of faith. We have to exercise courage to jump out of the plane in whatever situation we are in life. Some of those things might be asking someone on a date, or finances in college, or starting a family, or finding a job after we graduate. There's a lot of scary things that we have to do in order to become the person that we want to be. So today I want to convince you to exercise courage and to take that leap of faith. On my mission, I served in the Amazon jungle way at the top of Brazil, and it was one of the scariest experiences of my life. My first area was in the ghetto of the ghettos, and it was so scary there. And there were murders happening all the time, and I had people try and stick drug needles in my arm, and drunk men grab me and drag me down the streets, and just some terrifying experiences. And I thought that I would not have the courage to do it. Physically, mentally, spiritually, I just felt like I couldn't do it. But I received a lot of help and guidance, and I was able to have the courage to get out and just continue one day at a time and one more day in order to accomplish this goal, this dream I have for my life. So today I want to encourage you all to take that leap of faith and talk about a few of the problems we face in exercising courage. So one of the problems that we face is that we're scared of failing. We're scared that we may not be able to do what we want to do and become who we want to become. And that's a valid fear. I'm scared of failing. I'm scared of letting down people I love or letting myself down. And the truth is, we are going to fail sometimes. But I'd rather live with knowing that I tried and failed than the regret of not even trying at all. Nelson Mandela was a great leader in Africa, and he said, "I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear." So I am going to be scared jumping out of an airplane. That's just kind of the consequence of jumping out of an airplane. But it's having the courage to go above that fear, beyond it, to accomplish our goals and dreams in life. Another problem we face is that the task seems daunting. It seems like we're inadequate and unable to accomplish what we need to do. But I know that as we exercise courage and we press forward, even though the task seems very daunting, no matter what the sacrifice we'll have to make, we can become who we want to be. I love this quote by John F. Kennedy. He said, "In whatever area in life one may meet the challenges of courage, whatever may be the sacrifices he faces, if he follows his conscience, the loss of his friends, his fortune, his contentment, even the esteem of his fellow men, each man must decide for himself the course he will follow." So whatever the sacrifices we have to make, the loss of friends, the fear, whatever sacrifice, we must have the courage to take that leap of faith. But some of you out there are thinking, is it worth it? Can I actually do this? Because we all have something in our head that we know we need to do. We need to have the courage to go forward, and it's scary. Well, when I was in the same situation as you and I wondered if I could do it, that was my mission, my dad sent me a letter. And in this letter he said, "What counsel would you offer to Joseph Smith as his flesh peeled away from his body, as the dried tar was excruciatingly removed? He must have wondered, is it worth it? How can I go on? How can I endure? What direction would you give the Savior as he bled from every pore, as he begged his Father to remove the cup? Would you advise him to turn aside as they spat upon his face, or when they whipped him mercilessly, or when the plaited thorns were pushed upon his brow? Would you say it is too much for your salvation and exaltation? Would you give up the resurrection and the blessings of his godhood for sorrow, for pain, for what? For what will we not exercise that courage? Yes, it's scary. Yes, it's daunting. Yes, we're inadequate and unable to do it. But I know that as we exercise that courage, we can become who we were destined to be. So, let's go jump out of an airplane.